Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to build your base on uneven ground, slopes, sides of mountains, inside of a forest, and I'll show you how to do that so you don't have to just find flat land to build your base on. So maybe you found a spot near water or near some type of village or something and you can't really find any flat land, or you just have a spot you really like the view from, but the ground is sloped and you're not sure how to build on it. Well, I'm going to show you. The first thing that you want to do is you want to start with the lowest level. So let's say if you want your base to start right here. Maybe you want it to be underneath trees to hide from people. That's okay too. So once you find your location, you obviously need to put your flag down. We'll just put the flag right here for now. And we're going to start by doing triangles. I recommend triangle foundations just because it gives you more options on where to put stairs. If you use the square ones, you don't have as many options of angles and stuff like that. I mean, you can use squares. I just find it easier to use triangles, but it's up to you. So we're going to start our first level, and I think I want to put it like around here somewhere. So use your control button to go up and down, and just to scroll your mouse wheel, go left and right. So control, scroll, mouse wheel, up and down, just the mouse wheel, left and right. And we'll probably place it, place the first one about right there. See how that goes. See, we can make this like the doorway. So maybe this will be like a patio. Okay, and you can't build here. So what we have to do is we have to go up. Now the reason why I said to start at the lowest level is because you're going to take a half wall. You're going to put a half wall here. And this is how far up you can go with your stairs. Okay, because otherwise you're going to be eyeballing it. It's going to be really hard. And I'll show you that in a bit. So you want one here, but you need to go high enough to get the stairs in. So put it about right there. Okay, and in order to put stairs, you're going to need 3 triangles. So there's 3 triangles on the bottom, 1 on the top, and now we could put some stairs here. Okay, so now you have 1 level. You go up here, and you go stairs. So you could put a door like right here. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna put the door right here. Okay, so it'll be walls right here. It's gonna be a little tight squeeze. We could make this a little bigger. Right, and we go up here, start building this in. Not sure why it doesn't want to go right there. So let's destroy this wall. Okay, so I destroyed that wall, put that one up. Because the flag's right there. You know what, let's destroy the flag. And I'm gonna put the flag down right here. Now you could put the flag down inside of a tree. These trees are kind of thin though. So we're just gonna put the flag right here. Is it because the door is here? Alright, let's... Okay, I'm gonna destroy the door to see if that's why. Alright, put that up. Now let's see if we can put the door back. Okay, so sometimes it's a bit of trial and error. Like, it didn't like that door being there at first. So I destroyed it and then put that in. Now this wall's in here. Which is kind of weird, but that's just how it goes. So this is a basic, basic kind of like 2 rooms. Let's build it a little bit bigger. All right, and if you wanted to, you could even go up another room right here. You see, you can't put any more triangles right here, but we can go up. So we want to get the half wall. Now, if you don't do the half wall, you have to just guess, okay? So you'd have to guess about how high it is. Let's say if you go like this high, and then you try to put stairs in. See, and those stairs aren't going because that's too high. Oh, it did go. No. Walk over here. Sometimes if you go to different angles, it'll go. Okay. But that's, you could see that's not touching the ground. So if you don't want to keep trying to figure out the height of it, the easiest thing to do is just to place a half wall right here. Which you could just use that half wall later, and I'll show you. Okay, so we're going to put a triangle here, and we're going to move it up until it gets to the top of that, about right there. And then we're going to build our stairs. Okay, and then now we can build a whole thing right here. You have a tree right here, and that won't go because that tree is there. So what you could do is you could cut down the tree, and then you could put your floor in there. However, whenever you log out and log back in, that tree is going to be there, so you have to remember that. Also, those that won't go there because there's stuff in the way. It's still not going. Why is this not going? Okay, so if that's not going to go, let's try taking out this wall. Now let's see if we could put it in. Okay, see, now you can put it in there. Yeah, I'm going to cut down this tree and put a wall there. Okay, that's about all I can do right here. Since I can't put any more down right here. So your base is, it's going to be a little bit hard to plan. I could go up more. But I think I'm going to leave the base like this for now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to log out and we're going to log back in because we want to see where those trees are. So I'm going to do that real quick. Just going to go to the main menu and you log back in, and the trees you cut down you'll be able to see. They won't be there, but you'll be able to see them. And you won't be able to cut them down again, but you can see them. So that's one good way if you're building around trees to know where they are. You just log out and back in, and there are the trees. Okay, so now let's build some walls. You're probably wondering, how do you roof this? And I'm going to show you. Okay, you can even put these half walls underneath the stairs, which is nice. Have to get it in the right spot. There it goes. No, go back. Okay, so see, that's like totally covered right here. This cannot be covered until it's upgraded. Once it's upgraded 2 times, it'll be covered down at the bottom. You know what, just for this sake, I'm going to put some big windows in here. Why not? You probably don't want that if you're playing on an actual server. Okay, so you can see that there's a difference in walls right here. This is the first level. So what you're going to have to do is you can either put half walls all along this level, or you could just put it up where the stairs are. So we are going to do that. I'll put a regular wall right there. Here, let's just start roofing it. Because I think we could do this a bit differently. Every one of these are unique. Now, you could use these types of triangle roofs, but they don't really, you can't really use them if you're going to make a weird shape. They won't go, they don't lay flat against a wall, and honestly, they're just kind of useless unless you have a perfect circle. So just for the sake of not being frustrated, I would just use these flat ones. I mean, I wish that they would do a little bit more work on those, because it would be really nice to have more options for the triangle roofs. Okay, so you see that we need a longer space to go right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this right here. And then we're going to put another one over here. Then we're going to put this, try to make it so they're not everywhere. We'll use this one right here. And I think we're going to need one over here. Okay, that's going to give us some stability to put a half wall right here. Because if you're going to put a wall on a second floor, you have to have some sort of support underneath it or it's not going to work. If we didn't put those there, it wouldn't let us put a wall up on top. You always have to have either a wall or some kind of support beam. Okay, now we can fill that part in. Okay, so there's our first room. Now we can do this room. You could totally wall this in if you wanted to, or just put little walls. I mean, depends on what you're doing, I guess. Depends on what kind of server you're playing on. Okay, so this one's going to have some sort of, this was kind of an awkward space, but I suppose there could be some kind of storage over here or a little nook for sitting. Could be something. You could have a little kitchen right here. Store all your food there. But we will need, put a wall up here. Okay, we're going to put a support beam right here. Okay, because we need a spot where our, that one's not going to work. We should probably do that. We need a spot where we could have it go higher to go up these stairs. So we're going to destroy this. I'm going to replace it with something else. We'll replace it with this, which will keep that little wall there, but put a beam. So that'll be our spot where we'll go a little bit higher. So we'll put half wall here. And then there'll need to be a half wall over here, so we need to make another beam. Are we going to need a beam? Yeah, we need another beam. And look at that, we could put it right there. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and put the ceiling on this room. Okay, and this needs a half wall right here. Actually, it's going to need a full wall. So this level, roof is all in there. Then we need half walls up here. Oh, this is going to be like a little hallway. And the one thing that I noticed is that this actually goes right to that room. I wonder if we can put one of these right here. Probably not. That might be too high. No, that's too high. That would have been really cool though. What about right here? No? Can we put a triangle right there? I think if we put a triangle right there, I don't know if we could put a roof on there. Interesting. Okay, so I just put a triangle right here. I don't think we're going to be able to roof that, but we'll see. We'll see, because that might open up this whole level to be able to walk on it. But we cannot. Oh, yeah, we can. Oh, that's not the triangle. Okay. See, you can't put one on this side. So you can't put one right here because there's no foundation. That's just a triangle. So that's why you cannot put a wall there. Which kind of sucks, but we're just going to destroy it. However, the one we put over here will be fine because we don't need to put a roof on it. So we'll see how that goes. If you wanted a back door over here, I guess just put a back door on. Sure, why not? Could have a little lookout area here. Okay, so that whole section is walled in. Now we're going to put the roofs on. They're going to let me put the roof right here because it's tree, so we should be able to put the roof in. Okay, so there you go. Now you have your little multi-level house on uneven terrain, and it could be in a totally wooded area. Now, if you don't want people walking underneath your base, or crawling under it, you just have to upgrade the bottom a couple times. It doesn't take that much to upgrade them. Just upgrade the ones that are around your flag and then work out from there. Okay, there, now you have a nice little canopy. I'll try to make another video in another area of the map, maybe with some different terrain, and we'll see how that goes. So until then, I will see you later, and have a good one, prisoners.